अभी पहले सबको दिखा के फिर ये लाइव और ये लाइव So 3 times we will do Omkar. Omkar means we will take a deep breath, inhale, and then while exhaling we will chant Om. Okay? We will do that 3 times. I'll explain what we are going to do and then we will start the recitation and the archana. Okay? Everybody close your eyes. Take a deep breath, inhale. Once again, we will remember Guru before we start. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah.
Recording in progress.
Yesterday I explained the importance of Guru Purnima, but I will repeat some of it again today because some people came today. Guru, as I explained yesterday, is made up of two syllables, Gu and Ru. Gu means darkness, Ru means light. Meri yahan, come here. Meri, come here after the puja. So from darkness to light, the knowledge that takes us from darkness to light, that is Guru. Guru in a human form, a very debatable question. But if I want light in my house, it works on electricity. If it is not connected to an electricity source, I can't have light, right? So the connection, we see only light. We don't see the electricity that is flowing through the wire. So Guru is knowledge, but that knowledge is illuminated or it flows to us through a certain person. And when we are born, we are made up of 5 elements. The physical body is made up of actually 24 elements. It's made up of 24 and 25 elements, but 5 elements are the main, the gross elements that we know of. This?
At the end?
All the way down.
All the way down, yeah.
Hold it.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no. So the 5 elements. When we are in this physical body, we need food in physical form. Can you survive on air? No. But the reality is, can you take nutrients from a fruit just by looking at the fruit? No. You have to actually eat the fruit. Similarly, to gain knowledge of the spiritual world, you have to get the knowledge from a physical world. And just like I explained yesterday, just like you go to a university, so you respect your teacher, you respect your professors. You don't sit on the professor's chair. You don't eat from a professor's plate. It is just respect. And that respect is given to a human body. That is all. And like we have Teachers' Day or we have birthday where we celebrate our thing. Guru Purnima is the day of Gurus, of the knowledge that helps us, solve the problems in physical world, and it also helps us go towards spirituality. Simple as that. Every soul is not that evolved to directly start thinking about salvation. If even the thought of God comes to you, consider yourself lucky. And all of you here, sitting here, are extremely lucky. Why is it getting off again and again? Because we are going to pray to Goddess Baglamukhi. You see this goddess over here? My Guruji taught Tantra. Tantra is the worship of, it is basically the practical technique that leads you from this world to the other world, that leads you from the physical to the causal body. Tantra simply means technique. There is no complicated, difficult explanation of Tantra. It is very simply, in its simplest form, technique. The literal translation of the word is technique. The technique by which we solve our material problems. Because some of you have come to me for simple problems: husband, wife, money, career, simple things. Some of you have come to me for supernatural reasons: ghost, spells, black magic, those kind. Some very few people, and I'll be very honest, whether it was my Guruji's lifetime or even his Guruji's lifetime, very few people come for spiritual salvation. But the way to solve these material problems is also through spiritual techniques. And this technique, which helps you give material benefit as well as spiritual benefit, that is Tantra. Highly misinterpreted, badly packaged, badly taught, all for selfish motives. Tantra is for example, you are handling a live wire which has 220 volt current. If you touch a naked wire, you will get electrocuted. Simple as that. Tantra is very high energy rituals. For example, Yasmin here sitting, she came to me first time and I told her some things and she has not dreamt in how many years, Yasmin?
7.
And I told her you will get dreams and you got, right? This is how powerful tantric techniques are. So when you have powerful tantric techniques, you need to, when you are going to handle a wire, you need to be dressed appropriately. You need to take necessary precautions. You need to do it in somebody's guidance. The same thing happens with tantric techniques. They are so strong, they are so potent that you need somebody's guidance. That guidance is Guru. In Kali Yuga, in today's times, it is very difficult for somebody to live the life of a monk. And again, monk is also misinterpreted. Monk means sannyasi, somebody who has control over all his senses. But today there are monks who want big ashrams, who want big everything, and they wear Gucci slippers. I've seen monks who wear Gucci loafers, which is also not wrong. But then you hear all the other stories. When a guru takes a disciple, there is a soul, there is a connection of the soul, there is a connection of the mind, there is no physical connection at all. Any monk, any teacher who tells you for anything physical is definitely a fraud. You need to test your guru. And a guru is somebody who has the answers to all of your questions. So many people have come here and I am not answering. First of all, you see me, I am not the one who's answering your questions. So many of you have come here, you've asked me questions of all sorts. You get the answer, that answer is coming through him. That answer is coming through his predecessors. That is Guru. So whenever you go to anybody, if he's not able to answer your questions, he's not the Guru for you. If I go to learn PhD, if I go to learn chemistry, I want to do PhD in chemistry, my teacher has to be somebody who's himself done PhD in chemistry, right? So when I want to learn Tantra, I need to go to somebody who's himself learned from his Guru, and then only he can teach me. A regular person cannot teach me all this. And because in today's times it is very difficult for people to avoid non-veg, of course, but the higher you go towards spirituality, you will give up meat, alcohol, people are married. Then what do? Because Hanumanji is pure brahmachari. Hanuman Sadhak cannot have physical relationship. So then what do? You can't worship Hanuman. Then what do? You worship Kali. You worship Baglamukhi, she wants only vegetarian food. What do? You live in US, even if you take bread, probably that also has egg in it. Or you're eating somewhere where meat is cooked in the same vessel. So then what happens? Then you worship Tara, you worship Dhumavati, you worship these goddesses. This is what Tantra is. Tantra is the only technique by which you can reach salvation, and Tantra does not degrade enjoyment. Somebody comes to me, somebody in our group, he's like, Didi, I'm always asking for material things. I'm like, material things are meant to be enjoyed, enjoy them. What is wrong in asking? I see a nice dress, let me wear it. But if that dress is taken away from me, I should not feel any sorrow. I wore it today, I give it to somebody, good, happiness multiplied. Not getting not getting attached to material things is important, but not using material things, no. But mentally, I should not be attached to it. So enjoy all of this. And it is very easy to talk about spirituality. If all of you are hungry, do you really think you will be able to focus on God? If my child is sick, will I be able to sit here and teach you anything? No. So all these things, all the material things that we ask for, they are all equally important. And there is nothing wrong in asking for it. And through when all my desires are fulfilled, if I am, in front of a buffet table every day, how many days will I eat? There will come a day when I will have had enough. That is what Tantra does. It solves all of your material problems and eventually automatically you will reach God. That is all it is. Simple. Between a guru and a disciple, like I told you, there is a mental connection, there is a connection of the soul. There is no physical connection whatsoever. But there is a certain contract. You have to listen to what the guru says, you have to follow the guru. Sometimes some mantras can be difficult, some things can be difficult. You can always come approach me and I will give you a simpler mantra, I'll give you a simpler technique. However, meeting your guru once a year physically is very, very important. You go to university, for example, you never give test, you never meet your teacher. Ordinary degrees you can get, but can you really get a degree from Harvard without meeting a professor, without going to the college? And I'm talking about the good degrees, not possible, right? You go to college. Degree के लिए तो जाना ही पड़ेगा टीचर के पास. You have to go. If you're doing a good course, if you're doing one of those courses that the student debt does not cover, then it's different, right? So if you really want to rise higher, whether materially or spiritually, you have to meet your guru or anybody who you've learned from at least once a year. You can meet that person more than that. Very good. And now it has become so simple. We are doing things online. So join online, listen to the sadhanas. When you don't understand something, approach me. I have told Vandana to do Havan, fire ceremony once a month on New Moon Day here. Join her. Do whatever you can. This is how you will finally be able to solve your material problems and also be able to rise spirituality. Simple. When you are on earth, you need everything in material form. I cannot talk about filling my stomach without actually having food. So unless my material desires are fulfilled, spirituality is not going to suddenly come and I will not start thinking about God. Anybody who says something else is first let that person go off food and off sleep and then we will talk. Simple as that. Okay. Other than that, you must be wondering why I offered all of this. When you go to a university to learn, you give some fees. If you cannot afford your fees, the university will give you scholarship or they will give you grant. So according to whatever this is a simple thing that you do. But when you go to university, you study regularly. So here studying regularly is chanting regularly. Here you go to the university, you do practicals. Here practicality is feeding people. When you do all of these things regularly, you yourself will experience the difference. There is no magic wand. Nobody is magical. Anybody who claims to be magic, all those stories we hear about saints of the past, that you really think it is possible to magically cure a leper? To cure leprosy? Any of you? Do you really think whatever you read in the scriptures, it's possible? Do you think some saint came and immediately, and if those saints came and they could immediately, they could cure leprosy, they could cure other diseases, why were they not able to save themselves? Any of the revered saints in their lifetimes, how many followers did they have? How many followers did Jesus Christ have? 7. Imagine. And now, how many followers does Jesus Christ have? Many. But in his lifetime, how many people understood Jesus Christ? Nobody. And we hear stories that he could do this. You really think if I was performing miracle, can you imagine how many people will be around? So now you know that the stories are all meant for us to believe. That is not the reality. If I could, generate billions of dollars by magic, there will be a huge queue waiting to meet me. Why were there only 7 people with him? With Guru Nanak, with Sai Baba, with my father also. Now everybody wants to meet him. We keep getting messages, we keep getting calls. When he was alive, he used to come to US, hardly any people used to come to meet him. By His grace, I am sitting here. There are so many people. There were so many people yesterday. This is what gurus do. They make lives easier when they are not in physical form. But when they are in physical form, life is very difficult for them. Right? So understand, when you go to somebody, understand, test the person that you are with. Does that person have the answer to all of your questions? When I am talking about no meat, non-violence, am I myself following that? When I'm talking about no alcohol, am I following? When I talk about sadhana, meditation, am I myself meditating every day? That guru has to actually walk the talk. That is very, very important. And connect with your guru. Without connection, if you don't go to class, if you don't listen to lecture, you cannot graduate. Without connecting to somebody, you cannot get the knowledge. This is very simple explanation because for some people it is the first time, and I think otherwise it will be overdose. What we are going to do today, we are going to chant 5 malas of Guru Mantra. Guru Mantra is the mantra. So there are different realms in the universe. This is the physical realm that we are sitting in. There are different realms, there are lives in different planets also. And there are various galaxies. We are part of Milky Way, but there are various galaxies. Every galaxy has different planets. There are different realms. So these gurus, they came from a realm which is called Siddhashram. And all of them, when they leave their body, they go to Siddhashram. And when they go to Siddhashram, from there, they again work on it, and only then they are able to leave the subtle body also and go to the highest form of realization. This is how complicated. There is no magic trick. There is nothing like you die and your soul suddenly goes to heaven. And there is no hell. There is no heaven, there is no hell. Whoever is teaching you this again. Hell and heaven. In India, for example, I'm an astrologer. I told this also yesterday. In India, whenever somebody comes to me for astrological consultation, one question, money, career. When I come to the West, the question is always relationships. For an Indian, whenever they want to do all the pujas, all the rituals to get money. For Westerners, they want to do everything. They want some magic ritual to get a partner. And when I come to US, and Indian women, they lead a very strict life. You can ask these women sitting there. Only one husband, cooking for the husband, serving the husband, along with the husband, the children. They really do not live for themselves. I have never seen more selfless women than all these women sitting here. They will not think about themselves. They cannot even think about their partner or any sort of conjugal bliss. And honestly, I feel that is hell. I'll be very blunt here. It is hell that I am born as a human being. I cannot enjoy anything. I will cook. I will first serve my husband, my children. And I've seen this. If something is left, only then I eat for myself. I will first feed my children. I will first clothe my children. If something is left, only then. Women cannot even sleep an extra hour because they have to take care of their family. And these are the people who think about attaining some sort of bliss after they die. And I see Western women. I see them dressing up well, being very involved with their grandchildren, living a very good life. They are living heaven on earth in material terms. And all the puja that we do is for money. Indians, generally, you people come for relationships. So you are living in material heaven on earth. You will live in material heaven even when you leave. They are living on material hell, but spiritually they are very happy. An Indian woman is very happy when she feeds her husband. If her husband is sick, she cannot sleep, no matter what the husband has done to her. So spiritually, they are very evolved. And that is why they again be born in families where they get spiritual evolution. And because when they are dying also, they are only thinking about others. They never think about themselves. So when they take next birth, they are more spiritually evolved. Whereas somebody who's thinking about relationship will again be born in such a surrounding where they will meet several partners throughout the lifetime, because that is what you desired when you left the body. The thought that you have when you leave the body is what is the circumstance that will determine your next birth. And this is why we say meditate, because what meditation does is it streamlines your thought. I don't want to think about husband, I don't want to think about children, I don't want to think about money, I don't want to think about anybody. If I'm continuously thinking about my guru, when I leave my body, I will immediately go to that realm. Because no matter whether I'm born in a rich family, I am not going to be happy. Whether I'm born in a poor family, I'm not going to be happy. I want to be free from the cycle of birth and death. Right? And that happens only when you go to the higher realms. For that, your thought needs to gradually be in tune with that kind of energy. That is what meditation does. Also, meditation or mantras can be used to solve your material problems. All the problems, the Department of Justice, whatever karmas we do, karmas means action. Actions are of three types: mental, verbal, physical. Mental, most difficult to control. Verbal is easy. Physical, extremely easy to control. In material world, what happens? If I'm thinking ill about Vandana, I will not be punished because nobody knows. If I go and tell her something, she can still sue me for defamation. But again, very small punishment. But if I go and bash her, then what happens? She can go call the cops and the cops will take me. Severe punishment. But in spiritual world, it does not work like that. It's the other way around. So the mental karmas continuously, if I'm only thinking about someone's bad, if I'm carrying grudge, if I'm carrying hatred, jealousy, I am taking all of these karmas and I will be born in such a family, such surrounding. But if I'm only thinking about good, 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 I will be born beautiful. One of the beauty is an asset. Beauty, power, money. These three things are always a blessing from God. If you're born beautiful, if you're born in a very powerful family, or you get a very powerful position, or if you're born in a rich family, remember one thing: you're blessed. Because that automatically separates you from the rest of the population of the world. Yes or no? We want to be beautiful because beauty gives power. We want to be rich because being rich gives power. And when I'm in a government position, but I'm in a senior position, I'm automatically powerful. These three things, if you have in life, they are a blessing from God. Always remember that. If you want to be beautiful, always think about the well-being of others. Because if you carry grudge, it will start showing on your face. Then you're going to die with that grudge. You will not be born beautiful. Yes? If you want to be rich, go on donating money. All that money is being added to your karmic balance. Automatically, you will be born in a rich family. You will be born very, very rich. And look at all the rich people, how much donation they give. They'll be born rich again and again and again. If you want to be powerful, help the needy. Help people who are weaker than you. And you will be born powerful. Simple. So no matter what circumstances everybody is born in this world, remember, whatever you want, you have to give. If you want good relationship with your partner, if in this birth it is not good, learn to forgive. First, learn to forgive everybody, every relationship. And always continuously think, I do not want to this relationship again. Stop thinking, stop carrying any grudge, and immediately you will not have to face. You will face these people. If I've dated 10 people, I will face all the 10 people in the next life. But I will not get in a relationship with them because I've mentally forgiven them. If you have a difficult parent, learn to forgive. Very difficult, but learn to forgive, learn to forgive, learn to forgive. If they need any help, go and help. And next birth, they will be born as a close family member, but there will not be any karmic exchange. And soon you will finally be able to liberate yourself from this continuous birth and death cycle. In Tantra, we worship 10 goddesses who are 10 forms of the primordial energy. The world, like on earth, we have male and female. There can be no creation without male and female. Even in IVF, you have a sperm and egg, right? If there is nothing, you cannot give birth to a child. Similarly, the universe is made of the female component, female element, and the male element. The female element, who is called Shakti, that once there is a story, but these stories are only to tell us the truth. She takes the form of 10 goddesses, and there are 10 directions. 4 main directions: north, east, west, south. 4 corners: northwest, southwest, southeast, those corners, and then up and down. 10 directions. So that the story goes that Shakti takes 10 forms and surrounds Lord Shiva from 10 directions, which is just a story. And those 10 forms, one of the forms is this Ma Baglamki. These 10 forms have different forms, These 10 forms have different energies. Ma Baglamukhi takes care of. She has the power of Stamban. Stamban means if something is coming to attack me, I stop it in its way. Whether it's an enemy in physical form, whether it is some sort of supernatural forces, whether it is litigation, especially anything related to court, she is the one you need to worship. And my father has established her temple in Mumbai. My father, of course, worshipped all 10 of them, and then there are others. Then that is why we will be praying to her also today, along with the Guru Mantra. So when we are doing, so there are 1008 names of every deity in our Dharma. 1008 names, I will be reciting 1008 names. And when I say Namaha, you will take one piece of rice or one flour, whatever you have, and offer it to the plate in front of you. Okay, that is offering it to her. So those who can focus here, wherever, when you are chanting, either you focus on this third eye chakra or whatever. But before that, we will be doing 5 malas Guru Mantra. Vandana तुमको करना पड़ेगा because गला मेरा गया है. ठीक है? So when we are doing Guru Mantra again, you will focus on anything that is in front of you. You will try and look without blink here or close your eyes and focus here. ठीक है? And coconut किसने किसने लाया?
Everybody, we have extra.
कोकोनट कहाँ है? बाहर है सबका
Yes.
ना.
Yeah.
ओके, सो मेंटली मना लो आप लोग कि जो भी आपका प्रॉब्लम है वो हट जाए. बट वन प्रॉब्लम ओनली पर पर्सन. एक कोकोनट पे 3-4 नहीं. आपका एक ही मैंने बोला प्रॉब्लम रेजोल्यूशन, आप उसी पे फोकस करो. डोंट फोकस ऑन द अदर थिंग्स. वन थिंग, सिंगल माइंडेड फोकस. आपका तो ठीक है. ओके, सो हुएवर हैज गॉटन कोकोनट.
दीदी कल जो कोकोनट लाए थे उसको यूज कर लेंगे.
कर लो उसको यूज कर लो. एक ही, बट एक ही विश फुलफिल होगा. हाँ, नॉट सेवरल विशेस. भगवान को मत कंफ्यूज कर. डोंट कंफ्यूज गॉड. ओके, तुम्हारा क्या लाया यास्मीन? लेमन
एंड कोकोनट.
कोकोनट भी लाइए. तो जो भी एक प्रॉब्लम के लिए तुम लोग विश कर लो. एंड जी, एवरीबडी, दोज हैव गॉटन कोकोनट, दोज हैव नॉट गॉटन कोकोनट, टेक 1 lemon from Vandana. If you have any physical, whatever problem, then pray that it goes away. Okay, done. वंदना के देखो ये ऑन होता है कि इसको बार बार ऑन करना पड़ेगा.
Oh, battery like recharge नहीं सकते.
So now while doing this ये चार्ज नहीं आ सकता. So can you just put it for charging till we finish this?
Okay, I'll start.
Slowly करना. So everybody close your eyes or look here. ठीक है, लाइट्स ऑफ कर दो यार. अनुष, लाइट्स ऑफ कर दो. टू मेनी लाइट्स.
बैटरी नहीं चल रही है.
लेमन है तो लेमन पे जो भी प्रॉब्लम है उसके लिए जो है तुम प्रे कर लो.
That side, निकाल.
ठीक है. ऋतु, तुम भी कुछ भी नींबू विंबू लेके प्रे कर लो. ओके.
Right.
मंजू के पास तो नारियल होगा ना?
नहीं नींबू है. नींबू.
अच्छा ठीक है, चलो नींबू लेके प्रे कर लो. अच्छा, इंडिया वालों को एक और चीज, आप लोग का गुरु पूर्णिमा कल लग रहा है. हम लोगों ने आज इसलिए किया बिकॉज यूएस का खत्म हो जाएगा. आप लोग कल गुरुजी को अच्छे से अच्छा खाना बना के खिलाओगे. मंजू को देख के याद आया मुझे. ठीक है,
जी दीदी.
गुरुजी को अच्छे से अच्छा खाना बना के खिलाओगे. जो खिलाओगे भैया आपके घर में आने वाले आप लोग ही खाने वाले हो. ठीक है.
गुरुजी का क्या फेवरेट फूड था?
गुरुजी का फेवरेट था पूड़ी, खीर, हलवा, पापड़. ओके, सो ही फर्स्ट थिंग इज गुरुजी को जब आप लोग थाली बनाओगे तो अच्छे से थाली बना. देयर हैज टू बी दाल, राइस, पापड़, पूड़ी, पनीर का कुछ बन सकता है तो अच्छा है. एंड देन अचार एंड चटनी एंड दही ऑलवेज. ऐसे करके एटलीस्ट वो सुंदर लगना चाहिए. ओके, नॉट जस्ट रोटी सब्जी चढ़ा के डाल दिया. ओके,
श्योर.
ठीक है. अभी आप लोग सब 5 मालास वंदना कर रही है चैंट. आप लोग सब उसके साथ करो और उसके बाद वी विल डू बगलामुखी सहस्त्र नाम से अर्चन. ठीक है.
Recording stopped.
नहीं.
वो ज़्यादा टाइम लेता है चार्ज होने में.
Yeah.
जितना हो जाए तो हवन भी करना है. कोई बात नहीं.
ओम परम तत्वाय नारायणाय गुरुभ्यो नमः. ओम परम तत्वाय नारायणाय गुरुभ्यो नमः. ओम परम तत्वाय नारायणाय गुरुभ्यो नमः. ओम
सरिता तुम तो बोलो जोर से इसके
ओम
साथ.
परम तत्वाय नारायणाय गुरुभ्यो नमः. ओम 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 परम तत्वाय नारायणाय गुरुभ्यो नमः 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 नमः ओम परम तत्वाय नारायणाय गुरुभ्यो 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 नमः परम तत्वाय नारायणाय गुरुवे नमः परम तत्वाय नारायणाय गुरुवे नमः ओम परम तत्वाय नारायणाय गुरुवे नमः परम तत्वाय नारायणाय गुरुवे नमः परम तत्वाय नारायणाय गुरुवे नमः ओम परम तत्वाय नारायणाय गुरुवे नमः 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 ओम परम तत्वाय नारायणाय गुरुवे नमः 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 ओम परम तत्वाय नारायणाय गुरुवे नमः.
We will chant one mantra, everybody here. The mantra is very simple, clean, Vandana. Everybody will chant that together. एक माला करना है, clean. Very simple mantra, 5 malas of clean. Very simple mantra, clean. Everybody will say it aloud along with her. And everybody will, those who can focus on the lamps, focus on the lamps. Those who can focus on anything, focus, eyes open. इसमें कोई भी जो है, nobody will slouch or anything. Okay, eyes open, back straight. Clean, slowly. Clean, clean, clean.
1.
Do 5 malas.
Okay.
Everybody will chant together, but okay.
Okay. Clean, 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 clean.
Think your enemy is standing in front of you. Now chant. Problem हटाना है ना?
Clean, 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 claim, 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 claim. Then
ओम परम
परमतत्त्वाय नारायणाय गुरुभ्यो नमः.
ओम परम तत्वाय नारायणाय गुरुभ्यो नमः. Now we will do the archan. माइक दे दो मुझे. Thank you. काम करेगा अभी चार्ज नहीं होगा.
ये करेगा.
करेगा. Okay. Yeah. When I say Namaha, everybody will try and say Namaha along with me. Initially I will go slow, then you will go in a slow pace. And every time I say Namaha, you will say Namaha and offer the rice or the petal in the empty plate. Okay? You guys are doing it together, you will have to face there.
You hold this and you do it too.
ब्रह्मास्त्राय नमः.
नमः.
ब्रह्म विद्याय नमः. ब्रह्म मात्रे नमः.
नमः.
सनातन्ये नमः.
नमः.
ब्रह्मेश्यै नमः.
नमः.
ब्रह्म कैवल्य बगलाय नमः.
नमः.
ब्रह्मचारिण्ये नमः.
नमः.
नित्यानंदाय नमः.
नमः.
नित्य सिद्धाय नमः.
नमः.
नित्य रूपाय नमः.
नमः.
निरामयाय नमः.
नमः.
संधारिण्यै नमः.
नमः.
महामायाय नमः.
नमः.
कटाक्षशेमकारिण्यै नमः.
नमः.
कमलाय नमः.
नमः.
विमलाय नमः.
नमः.
नीलरत्न कांति गुणाश्रिताय नमः.
नमः.
काम प्रियाय नमः.
नमः.
कामरताय नमः.
नमः.
काम काम स्वरूपिण्ये
नमः.
नमः. मंगलाय नमः. विजयाय नमः. जायायै नमः. सर्वमंगलकारिण्ये नमः.
नमः.
कामिन्यै नमः.
नमः.
कामिनी काम्याय नमः. कामुकाय नमः. कामचारिण्ये नमः. कामप्रियाय नमः.
नमः.
कामरताय नमः. काम काम स्वरूपिण्यै नमः. कामाख्याय नमः. कामबीजस्थायै नमः. कामपीठनिवासिन्यै नमः. कामदायै नमः. कामहायै नमः. काल्यै नमः. कपाल्यै नमः. करालिकायै नमः. कंसायै नमः. कमलायै नमः. कामायै नमः. कैलासेश्वर वल्लभाय नमः. कात्यायन्यै नमः. केशवाय नमः. करुणाये नमः कामकेलिभुजे नमः प्रियकीर्त्यै नमः कृत्तिकायै नमः काशिकायै नमः मथुरायै नमः शिवायै नमः कालाक्ष्यै नमः कालिकायै नमः कालीधवलानन्दसुन्दर्यै नमः खेचर्यै नमः खमूर्त्यै नमः शुद्धावरायै नमः खड्गहस्तायै नमः खड्गरतायै नमः खड्गिन्यै नमः खर्परप्रियाय नमः गंगायै नमः गौर्यै नमः गामिन्यै नमः गीतायै नमः गोत्रविवर्धिन्यै नमः गोधरायै नमः गोकरायै नमः गोधायै नमः गन्धर्वपूर्वासिन्यै नमः गन्धर्वायै नमः गन्धर्व कलगोपिन्यै नमः गरुडासनायै नमः गोविन्दभावायै नमः गोविन्दायै नमः गान्धार्यै नमः गन्धमालिन्यै नमः गौराङ्ग्यै नमः गोपिकामूर्त्यै नमः गोपीघोषनिवासिन्यै नमः गन्धायै नमः गजेन्द्रगामायै नमः गदाधरप्रियाः ग्रहायै नमः घोरघोरायै नमः घनश्रेण्यै नमः घनप्रभायै नमः दैत्येन्द्रप्रबलायै नमः घण्टावादिन्यै नमः घोरनिस्वनायै नमः डाकिन्यै नमः उमायै नमः उपेन्द्रायै नमः पूर्वश्यै नमः उर्गासनायै नमः उत्तमायै नमः उन्नतायै नमः उन्नायै नमः उत्तम स्थानवासिन्यै नमः चामुण्डायै नमः मुण्डितायै नमः चण्ड्यै नमः चण्डदर्पहरायै नमः उग्रचण्डायै नमः चण्डचण्डायै नमः चण्डदैत्यविनाशिन्यै नमः चण्डरूपायै नमः प्रचण्डायै नमः चण्डाचण्डशरीरिण्यै नमः चतुर्भुजायै नमः प्रचण्डायै नमः चराचरनिवासिन्यै नमः छत्रप्रायशिरोवहायै नमः छलाछलतरायै नमः छल्यै नमः क्षत्ररूपायै नमः क्षत्रधरायै नमः क्षत्रियशयकारिण्यै नमः जयायै नमः जय दुर्गायै नमः जयन्त्यै नमः जयदायै नमः परायै नमः जायिन्यै नमः ज्योत्स्ना जटाधर प्रियायै नमः अजितायै नमः जितेन्द्रियायै नमः जित्क्रोधायै नमः जयमानायै नमः जनेश्वर्यै नमः जित्भृत्यवे नमः जरातीताय नमः जानव्यै नमः जनकात्मजायै नमः जनकार्यै नमः झंझरी झंटायै नमः झंकारी झक्षोभिन्यै नमः झकाझमेशायै नमः झंकारी योनि कल्याणदायिन्यै नमः झरायै नमः झमुरी झारायै नमः झराझर तरायै नमः झंझोत्तमाय झमेताय नमः झंकारी झणा कल्याणदायिन्यै नमः यमुना संचिताय नमः यमुना शंकर प्रियाय टंकारी टिटिकाय नमः टीका टंकिन्यै नमः टवर्गाय नमः टापोटोपाय नमः टटपतये नमः टमन्यै नमः टमन प्रियाय नमः ठकारधारिण्यै नमः ठीकाकर्त्रे नमः ठीकरवर प्रियाय नमः ठेकठासाय नमः ठकरी ठामिन्यै नमः ठमन प्रियाय नमः धारहाय नमः ढाकिन्यै नमः डराडामराय नमः दमन प्रियाय नमः डकिनी नीडयुक्ताय नमः डमरुकवल्लभाय नमः ढक्कानादाय नमः डोल शब्द प्रबोधिन्यै नमः डामिनी धाम प्रीताय नमः ढग तंत्र प्रकाशिन्यै नमः अनेक रूपिण्यै नमः अम्बायै नमः अणमा सिद्धिदायिन्यै नमः अमन्त्रिणे नमः अणुकर्ये नमः अणुमद भानु संस्थिताय नमः तारातंत्रेवत्यै नमः तंत्रतत्वरूपाय नमः तपस्विन्यै नमः तरंगिन्यै नमः तत्वपराय नमः तंत्रिका तंत्र विग्रहाय नमः तपोरूपाय नमः तत्वदात्रे नमः तपः प्रीति प्रदर्शिन्यै नमः तंत्रयर्ताचर पराय नमः तलातल निवासिन्यै नमः तलातल निवासिन्यै नमः तल्पदायै नमः तल अल्पदायै नमः काम्यायै नमः स्थिरायै नमः स्थिरतरायै नमः स्थित्यै नमः स्थाणुप्रियायै नमः स्थाणुपरायै नमः सिद्ध स्थान प्रदायिन्यै नमः दिगंबरायै नमः दयारूपायै नमः दाव्याग्नि दमनी दमायै नमः दुर्गायै नमः दुर्गपरादेव्यै नमः दुष्ट दैत्य विनाशिन्यै नमः दमन प्रमदायै नमः दैत्य दयादान परायणायै नमः दुर्गार्ति नाशिन्यै नमः दान्तायै नमः दम्बिन्यै नमः दम्भवर्जितायै नमः दिगंबर प्रियायै नमः दम्भायै नमः दैत्यदम्भ विदारिण्ये नमः दमनाशन सौंदर्याय नमः दानवेंद्र विनाशिन्ये नमः दयाधराय नमः दमन्ये नमः दर्भपत्र विलासिन्ये नमः धरणीधारिण्ये नमः धात्रे नमः धराधर प्रियाय नमः धराधर सुताय नमः सुधर्म धर्मचारिण्ये नमः धर्मज्ञाय नमः धवलाधूताय नमः धनदाय नमः धनवर्धिन्ये नमः धीराय नमः अधीराय नमः धीरतराय नमः धीर सिद्धिप्रदायिन्ये नमः धन्वंतरी धीराय नमः दया ध्यान स्वरूपिण्ये नमः नारायण्ये नमः नारसिंहे नमः नित्यानंद रोत्तमाय नमः नक्ता सनाक्तवत्ये नमः नित्याय नमः नीलजिमूत सन्निभाये नमः नीलांगे नमः नीलवस्त्रे नमः नीलपर्वतवासिन्ये नमः सुनील पुष्प अर्चिताय नमः नील जम्बून संप्रभो प्रभाये नमः नित्याख्याय षोडश्ये नमः विद्याये नमः नित्य सुखदाये नमः धर्मदाय नमः नंदनानंदनाय नमः नंदनानंद विवर्धिन्ये नमः यशोदा नंद तनयाये नमः नंदोन्नवान वासिन्ये नमः नागंतकाय नमः नागवृद्धाय नमः नागपत्ये नमः नागिन्ये नमिता शेष जनाताये नमः नमस्कार भक्ते नमः नमसे नमः पीतांबराय नमः पार्वते नमः पीतांबर विभूषिताय नमः पीतमालांबरधराय नमः पीताभाये नमः पिंगमूर्धजाय नमः पीत पुष्पार्चनरताय नमः पीत पुष्प समर्चिताय नमः परप्रभाये नमः विमल इज इन द चैट विमल
Yes, दीदी.
विमल कैन यू गो दैट बिकॉज तुम्हारा वॉइस ज्यादा सुनाई देगा मेरा फिलहाल गला गया हुआ है इट कैन बी चार्ज्ड
So, what's it like?
एक मिनट पीत पुष्प समर्चिताय पे आ जाओ It is 263.
Number
263
260. Okay, I'll start. One second.
बट इन माय पेस हाँ
Sure,
इसको
sure.
फुल वॉल्यूम कर दो एंड इसको उस तरफ फेस कर दो there is no solution to that
No, क्योंकि 100% चार्ज होना चाहिए अनुज को ट्राई टू फिगर आउट दैट
they will harm it पीत पुष्प 260 263 पीत पुष्प समर्चिताय
One second.
वो अपने वेबसाइट पे
कर वहीं पे ले लो.
हाँ हाँ वहीं पे
Last minute पीत पुष्प
समर्चिताय नमः हाँ पर
पीत पुष्प समर्चिताय नमः.
no you can skip the om just go with name and namah so paraprabhaye namah pitrapitapataye namah
पितृपतये नमः.
everybody will say namah along with him okay
परमाय नमः. परतंत्राय नमः. परमंत्राय नमः. परात्पराय नमः. पराविद्याय नमः. पराय सिद्धे नमः. ओम परास्थानप्रदायिने नमः. ओम पुष्पाय नमः. नित्य पुष्पवत्ये नमः. पुष्पमाला विभूषिते नमः. पुष्पमाला विभूषिताय नमः. पुरातन्ये नमः. पूर्वपराय नमः. परसिद्धिप्रदायिने नमः. पीतानितंबिन्ये नमः. पीतापीनोदस्तन्ये नमः. ओम प्रेमा प्रमध्य माशेषाय नमः. पद्मपत्र विलासिने नमः. पद्मावत्ये नमः. पद्मनेत्राय नमः. पद्माय नमः. पद्ममुखी पराय नमः. पद्मासनाय नमः. पद्मप्रियाय नमः. पद्मरागस्वरूपिण्ये नमः. पावन्ये नमः. पालिकाय नमः. पात्रे नमः. वरदाय नमः. अवरदाय नमः. शिवाय नमः. प्रेतसंस्थाय नमः. परानंदाय नमः. परब्रह्म स्वरूपिणे नमः. जिनेश्वर प्रियाय देव्ये नमः. पशुरक्त प्रियाय नमः. पशुमांस प्रियाय नमः. अर्पणाय नमः. परायणाय नमः
नमः
पाशिन्ये नमः
नमः
पाशिकाय नमः
नमः
पशुभ्ने नमः
नमः
पशुभक्तिपाशिन्ये नमः
नमः
फुल्लारविन्दवदनाय नमः
नमः
फुल्लोत्फल शरीरिणे नमः
नमः
परानन्दप्रदाय नमः
नमः
वीणाय नमः पशुपाशविनाशिन्ये नमः
नमः
फुत्काराय नमः
नमः
फेन्ये नमः
नमः
फुल्लेलीवरलोचनाय नमः
नमः
फट्मुद्राय नमः
नमः
स्फटिकाय नमः
नमः
स्वाहाय नमः
नमः
स्फोटाय नमः
नमः
फट् स्वरूपिण्ये नमः
नमः
स्फटिकाकुटिकाभव्यै नमः
नमः
घोराय नमः
नमः
स्फटिकादिस्वरूपिण्ये नमः
नमः
वराङ्गनाय नमः
नमः
वरधाराय नमः
नमः
वाराह्यै नमः
नमः
वासुकीवराय नमः
नमः
बिन्दुस्थाय नमः
नमः
बिन्दुनिवारिणे नमः
नमः
बिन्दुचक्रनिवासिन्ये नमः
नमः
विद्याधर्ये नमः
नमः
विशालाक्ष्यै नमः
नमः
काशीवासिजनप्रियाय नमः
नमः
वेदविद्याय नमः
नमः
विरूपाक्ष्यै नमः
नमः
विश्वयुजे नमः बहुरूपिण्ये नमः ब्रह्मशक्त्यै नमः
नमः
विष्णुशक्त्यै नमः पंचवक्त्राय नमः
नमः
शिवप्रियाय नमः
नमः
वैकुण्ठवासिन्ये देव्यै नमः
नमः
वैकुण्ठपददायिन्ये नमः ब्रह्मरूपाय नमः विष्णुरूपाय नमः परब्रह्म महेश्वर्यै नमः भवप्रियाय नमः भवोद्भावाय नमः भवरूपाय नमः
नमः
भवोत्तमाय नमः
नमः
भवपराय नमः
नमः
भवधाराय नमः
नमः
प्रियकारिण्ये नमः
नमः
भद्राय नमः
नमः
सुभद्राय नमः भावदाय नमः शुम्भदैत्यविनाशिन्ये नमः
नमः
भवान्यै नमः
नमः
भैरव्ये नमः
नमः
भीमाय नमः
नमः
भद्रकाल्यै नमः
नमः
सुभद्रिकाय नमः
नमः
भगिन्यै नमः
नमः
भगरूपाय नमः
नमः
भगमानाय नमः
नमः
भगवत्तमाय नमः
नमः
भगप्रियाय नमः
नमः
भगवत्यै नमः
नमः
भगवासाय नमः
नमः
भगाकाराय नमः
नमः
भगसृष्ट्यै नमः
नमः
भगवत्यै नमः
नमः
भगरूपाय नमः
नमः
भगासिन्यै नमः
नमः
भगलिङ्गप्रियाय देव्यै नमः
नमः
भगलिङ्गपरायणाय नमः
नमः
भगलिङ्गस्वरूपाय नमः
नमः
भगलिङ्गविनोदिन्यै नमः
नमः
भगलिङ्गरताय नमः
नमः
भगलिङ्गरताय देव्यै नमः
नमः
भगलिङ्गनिवासिन्यै नमः
नमः
भगमालाय नमः
नमः
भगकालाय नमः
नमः
भगाधाराय नमः
नमः
भगाम्बराय नमः
नमः
भगवेगाय नमः
नमः
भगभूषाय नमः
नमः
भगेन्द्राय नमः
नमः
भाग्यरूपिण्ये नमः
नमः
भगलिङ्गसंभोगाय नमः
नमः
भगलिङ्गसवाहाय नमः
नमः
भगलिङ्गसमाधुराय नमः
नमः
भगलिङ्गनिवेशिताय नमः
नमः
भगलिङ्गसुपूजाय नमः
नमः
भगलिङ्गसमन्विताय नमः
नमः
भगलिङ्गविरक्ताय नमः
नमः
भगलिङ्गसमावृताय नमः
नमः
माधव्ये नमः
नमः
माधवीमान्याय नमः
नमः
मोहिन्यै नमः
नमः
महामोहाय नमः
महदुत्तमाय नमः। एक मिनट महदुत्तमाय नमः। उसके बाद महामोहाय। हाँ, महामोहाय नमः।
महामोहाय नमः
नमः
महाविद्याय नमः
नमः
महाघोराय नमः
नमः
महास्मृत्यै नमः
नमः
मनस्विन्यै नमः
नमः
मानवत्यै नमः
नमः
मोदिन्यै नमः
नमः
मधुराननाय नमः
नमः
मेनकाय नमः
नमः
मान्याय नमः
नमः
मणिरत्नविभूषणाय नमः
नमः
मौलिकामालाय नमः
नमः
मालाधर मदोत्तमाय नमः
नमः
मदनासुन्दर्यै नमः
नमः
मेधाय नमः
नमः
मधुमत्ताय नमः
नमः
मधुप्रियाय नमः
नमः
मत्तहंसी समोनासाय नमः
नमः
मत्तसिंह महासैन्ये नमः
नमः
महेन्द्रवल्लभाय नमः
नमः
भीमाय नमः
नमः
मौल्यञ्च मिथुनात्मजाय नमः
मौल्याञ्च मिथुनाय नमः महाकाल्य महाकाल्य नमः
नमः
महाबुद्धे नमः
नमः
महोत्कटाय नमः
नमः
माहेश्वरी नमः
नमः
महामायाय नमः
नमः
महिषासुरस्खादिन्ये नमः
नमः
मधुराय कीर्तिमत्ताय नमः
नमः
मत्तमातङ्गिन्ये नमः
नमः
पदप्रियाय नमः
नमः
मांसरताय नमः
नमः
मत्तयुक्काम कारिण्ये नमः मैथुन्यवल्लभाय नमः मैथुन्यवल्लभाय नमः देव्ये नमः महानन्दाय नमः महासत्त्वाय नमः
महोत्सवाय एक मिनट महोत्सवाय नमः
नमः
अब मरिचये नमः मारत्ये नमः मायाये नमः मनोबुद्धि प्रदायिने नमः अब करो मोहाय से करो
मोहाय नमः
नमः
मोक्षाय नमः
नमः
महालक्ष्मी नमः
नमः
महत्पदप्रदायिनी नमः
नमः
यवरूपाय नमः
नमः
यमुनाय नमः
नमः
जयन्त्यै नमः
नमः
जयप्रदाय नमः
नमः
याम्याय नमः
नमः
यमवत्यै नमः
नमः
युद्धाय नमः
नमः
यदोकुलविवर्धिन्ये नमः
नमः
रमारामाय नमः
नमः
रामपत्न्ये नमः
नमः
रत्नमाला रतिप्रियाय नमः
नमः
रत्नसिंहासनस्थाय नमः
नमः
रत्नाभरणं माण्डिताय नमः
नमः
रमण्ये नमः रमणीयाय नमः
नमः
रत्यारसपरायणाय नमः
नमः
रतानन्दाय नमः
नमः
रतवत्यै नमः
नमः
रघूणां कुलवर्धिन्ये नमः
नमः
रमणारि परिव्राजाय नमः
नमः
राधाय नमः
नमः
राधिका रत्नजाय नमः
नमः
रावरी रस स्वरूपाय नमः
नमः
रात्रि राज स्वभावहाय नमः
नमः
ऋतुजाय नमः
नमः
ऋतुदाय नमः
नमः
ऋतुधाय नमः
ऋद्धाय
नमः ऋतुरूपाय नमः ऋतुप्रियाय नमः रक्तप्रियाय नमः
नमः
रक्तवत्यै नमः रक्तिन्ये नमः रक्तवतिकाय नमः लक्ष्म्यै नमः लज्जाय नमः लतिकाय नमः
नमः
लीलालग्नान्ताक्षिणे नमः
नमः
लीलाय नमः लीलावत्यै नमः
नमः
लोमहर्षाह्लादिनी उत्तिकाय नमः ब्रह्मस्थिताय नमः ब्रह्मरूपाय नमः ब्राह्मणादिवन्दिताय नमः ब्रह्मोद्भवाय नमः ब्रह्मकलाय नमः ब्रह्माण्ये नमः ब्रह्मबोधिन्ये नमः
नमः
वेदाङ्गनाय नमः वेदरूपाय नमः वेदाय नमः विनतावसाय नमः बालाय नमः विभक्त्यै नमः वृद्धाय नमः ब्रह्मकर्मपरायणाय नमः विन्ध्यस्थाय नमः विन्ध्यवास्ये नमः बिन्दुभूषणाय नमः विद्यावत्यै नमः वेदधारी नमः व्यापिकाय नमः